Hello everyone, welcome to the 4th Forbidden Battleground. So here's the first set of stages. So for this one, this is going to be the Strategic Masters clear. And because the Strategic Masters faction has so much crossover with Empire, I can pretty much just bring Lance with his faction buff and he'll still be able to buff everybody. And alongside with Vargas and Emmerich, it actually makes this a very straightforward fight. So the first thing I have to do is to bait these stupid bone dinos on the left side here. We have the Leon 3C basically, which isn't going to be a problem. You know, these units can take at least one hit. Vargas, of course, can take plenty of hits. So they actually take quite a bit of damage from Vargas' counter because his attack is very high. So I get to put the Queen's Whip on Lance, so he can finish off one of these bone dinos while Vargas finishes off the other one. Lance, of course, does have class advantage against Cavs and Flyers, so it is actually coming in handy for once. So normal attack here. Take him out. What I want to do next is bait this right group that's coming towards me, and the bottom group is going to start coming towards me as well. So Emmerich is really handy on this map because of the guard that the Lava Titans have. And because that stupid bishop actually prevents all debuffs, it's not like you can Moby down, tank or anything. So you're going to have to bring Emmerich here. And he can make things a lot simpler. He just locks down the tank. You know, even though they're immune to debuffs, since Emmerich is an aura, it does not apply, and he will Moby down them anyway, and I can just go kill the stuff around the tank. And that makes this map a lot easier. It's a lot easier to take out these mages and bishops next to the tanks instead of having to fight the stupid Lava Titans first, because mainly because I don't have an infantry in the Strategic Masters faction, especially among SRs. Now this stupid catapult is really annoying. He dispels, was it like three or four buffs every single time he hits you, which obviously is really painful. It makes you lose the, can make you lose faction buff, can make you lose guard range. The nice thing about Vargas is that his 3C cannot be dispelled. The guard range cannot be dispelled, and the power stab effect actually can't be dispelled either. So the only things Vargas is losing here is his defense buff. And I equipped an Overlord badge on Vargas purely because that catapult also gives defense down. I didn't want to. Obviously, I don't want the defense down debuff. I just want to maintain Vargas' ability to tank here. This mage is going to kill Lance, but there's nothing I can do about that. Depending on how the run goes, sometimes I can make Emmerich take that hit instead, and I won't have Lance die there. But this run, you know, it didn't turn out that way. You know, sometimes there's some variability because of crits and all that. But regardless, you know, it should be pretty simple to finish off this map. This is just me screwing up because I forgot that these stupid Lava Titans actually have 3 range guard rather than just 2 range guard. That's fine because now there's really just cleanup left over, and Vargas can tank these guys pretty much forever. And even if he dies, he has 4 lives, so it's not gonna be a problem. Vargas uses 1 life here. Blazing Dragon Soul puts up his other 2 revives. Not that I'll need them, most likely. I of course stacked a decent amount of defense on Vargas, which is what makes him very tanky here. Vargas does get less tanky the more HP he loses. So it is not necessarily in my favor that Vargas is at low HP here. But the healers in the strategic master factions are kind of weak. Well, at least as far as SRs go. SRs, I think there really is only a Melda for you to choose from. Obviously, if you are allowing yourself SSR characters, you can bring a healer, and he's a much better healer. Although that catapult can give you a hard time because it can disable the high stakes buffs. But I think even if you bring whatever SSR characters, I would highly recommend bringing Emmerich anyway. As you can see, Emmerich just makes these fights so much simpler. So I just gotta finish these guys off now. That's gonna be it for the Strategic Matrix. Strategic Masters clear. Just gotta chip away at this guy, it takes forever. That's part of the reason I brought Firebrands on Imelda. You know, these guys aren't immune to fixed damage or anything, so Firebrands can be pretty handy here. So next is going to be the Meteor Strike clear, and oh boy, this one is way, way harder to do. But I did figure out a way with SRs. So this is also going to be my Deathless run, as well as the run that you need to do below a certain amount of power. So with only 4 units, it's actually pretty easy to get to the benchmark. I believe it was like 39,000 power or something like that. Whatever the case, like this team of 4 is going to have low enough power for me to clear that feat as well. So I'm going to send Kuwabara to the left here, and he's going to be tanking these bone dinos pretty much all day. He is going to lose his first life here. He's not quite tanky enough to take these hits. I mean, these guys have crazy amounts of attack. So even with Kuwabara having the same set, I give Vargas, as well as you know, being Lancer class, which should give him advantage. He still dies to the second Bone Dino attack, but that's okay. That's what the revive is for. And the rest of the map, he's just going to be tanking those Bone Dinos forever. He's just going to be standing there and eating the Bone Dino hits, so he's going to kill them very slowly. So I first go down. I have Kirikaze have Classic Advantage, take out that Lava Titan, get him as low as possible, and then have Sherry kill it. And then I follow up by using Raging Storm on this catapult because I really do not want it to be attacking me for obvious reasons. Catapult would be able to one-shot Sherry pretty easily, I think. So this right here is, as you can see, like he gets really close to killing me. Even with Last Rites, Sherry standing by herself, and Angel's out front. That still was a pretty close call. These guys just hit super hard. So I use Air Slash here on the catapult because I actually want to be standing right next to this mage. Because he's been locked down by Narm's talent, so that he'll be attacking with melee. Unfortunately, I miss a couple crits here, which is one of the annoying things about Kirikaze. Like, if you don't have... if you miss a crit, it happens enough time, you just have to reset the map. Like, can't really do anything about that. I mean, I could have gone with the crit build instead, but I do think I needed Deadly and all the other attack bonuses I gave him in order to hit certain KO benchmarks here. So while Kuwabara is still handling those stupid bone dinos to the left, I am going to be leading these guys around while Sherry sucks her thumb and heals back up from reinforcements. Now sometimes, if I'm lucky enough, I'll get to this point in the map and Kirikaze will still be at like 90% health, and that'll make it a lot simpler. But since that didn't happen this time, I'm just going to have Kirikaze lead the guys around while Sherry tries to recover some of her life, just by waiting a bunch of turns. The turn limit is pretty lax here, so you have plenty of time to recover your life. Which of course is a problem with Meteor Strike because Meteor Strike has no healer. And it's especially tough in SR teams because there's like no choices for Meteor Strike in SRs. It's very annoying. I mean, I do know I brought Sherry here, who is not SR, but I think that's relatively fair. Sherry is free, everybody has her, and mine is only 5 stars for what it's worth. So she's not super strong, and the equipment isn't the best either. I'm using a Loki's mask. So here I'm just going to put Narm here in the range of the Bishop, so that the Bishop will come over and attack Narm, while the other two will continue chasing Kirikaze. The Ruler's Bow on Narm is pretty essential here. I want Narm to be able to do some chip damage from 3 range. So, obviously she's at like 20% health now and she can't take a counter. So she's going to help chip this Bishop a little bit, and then Sherry's going to finish him off. Just whichever attack. And pretty much home free now, because the most annoying thing about that Bishop is that it blocks debuffs, so I couldn't do shenanigans with Narm. But now that the Bishop is dead, I can use Narm to pretty much lock down the Lava Titan forever. And I just have to kill the Mage, and then take my time killing Lava Titan. That's gonna be it. Yeah, Meteor Strike was a lot tougher, and the stat benchmarks are pretty high. And you do want to bring Meteor Strike units that can heal themselves in some way if possible, because I really needed to take advantage of that. Obviously, if you allow yourself to use SRs, you'll be able to bring Juggler, you'll be able to bring Zerda with the 3C or Alphazar Bloodthirster. Both these things can kill them, and Juggler just makes this map a lot easier, I think. So, for those of you who have Juggler built, it shouldn't be too hard of a map, I think. So, Narm walking down, Lava Titan there. I'm just gonna stun this guy. Raging Storm. Use Flash. Don't quite get the kill. It's just going to be a war of attrition until Lava Titan is gone. And that's going to be it. So that's the first stage of the 4th Forbidden Battleground. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you guys in the next one.
Ha!